Hi everybody, it's Leanne Greff with Tuesday's live video free class that you can attend every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And today I have a really cool project, two of them, that you're going to be interested in how this product works. I don't think a lot of people know about our hybrid embossing folders, so a little bit different, and I think you'll be quite intrigued by them. So let me know you're here. I can get my laptop synced up so I can watch comments. There we go. Jean and Brendan, Sharon, awesome. First one's on. Thank you. Thank you for being so good about always watching my Facebook lives. Now, I always upload my lives to YouTube, so be sure and follow my YouTube channel too. It's under my name. If you don't want to or can't follow me on Facebook and catch the lives, they're always on my YouTube. Almost 99% of them are on YouTube channel. So follow me there too, please. I'd appreciate that. I'm trying to rebuild my followers because I had to get a new channel. It was hacked. So very stressful, disappointing, but we're working on it. Hi Jill, good morning Roxanne, welcome. Okay, today is the last day of celebration. So question, do you have everything that you wanted from our catalog? Do not have any regrets, right? No regrets. Now, the only thing that is not available is the Dainty Flowers designer paper. Everything else in this brochure and on our More to Celebrate brochure are still available. 2 items from the holiday or the spring catalog. These are from the annual catalog, and these are from our kit collection. So great opportunity to get something free with your order. So if you still have items that you need to order on your wish list, and if you can swing it, I'd encourage you to place an order by today. However, if you want to, you should consider the deal. I have a couple people working on it today already that are going to join, because the starter kit deal is just $99 and you get $175 in product of your choice, or choose the $129 option with the new mini machine. That actually adds up to $258 in product with the machine and the free paper pumpkin kit that you get. So you'll get new catalogs, business supplies, but you don't have to run a business. You honestly do not. It's most of my people are hobby demonstrators, and they just enjoy the discount of 20% off. So the other cool thing is, say you're ordering $100, take 20% off of that. It's $80, right? So tax and shipping is on the $80. It's not on the $100 order, it's on the $80. So yeah, super cool. The other neat thing is you don't have to order your $300 minimum until June. The first quarter is waived. So yeah, it's just awesome. All of my tutorials are free, current and past. You can ask for anything and I should have it. You can see them all on my shop, my Flowerbugs, flowerbugshop.com. The other thing that's cool is right now or tomorrow, you can get the new online exclusive items in your starter kit, and I shared the video last week on a bunch of projects using that suite that is now out. Well, it will be out tomorrow for everybody, but you can add that to your starter kit as well and get the new paper and the new Hello Irresistible Suite and Irresistible Blooms bundle, the new 3 embossing folders, the new letters die or stamp set. It's not dies, it's a stamp set. So anyway, I highly encourage you, if you're going to place an order anyway, just get the starter kit deal. It just makes so much sense. So much sense. Okay, let's do door prizes. So let's see, did I contact the people? I don't think I did. I think I did with one of them. And is she on? She's usually on. Cindy, are you on? Not yet. Okay, Cindy Howard won the Scenic Garden stamp set, and Trina won the solid faceted gems. Did I see Trina's on here? Yes, Trina, you are. So congratulations. I'll give them to you at Club on Thursday. She comes to Club on the first Thursday of every month. So, and I'll send this to Cindy. So thank you so much for sharing, for commenting. You will receive a door prize. And this week's door prizes are, for commenting, I have the adhesive backed Milky Dots. These are actually in low inventory. They're in our June catalog, or January through April catalog. It used to be January through June, but now our mini catalogs are only 4 months. So in May, everybody will be able to order from our new annual catalog. And that lasts through the next April. And then in, September is when our holiday catalog comes out, like it used to be. So they're 4 months long. And so this is for commenting, and for sharing, I have a card kit that I gave away in free in July. I have an extra one, and it's 8 cards. And you'll get a PDF tutorial to finish them. You only need greetings to finish this. Everything else is die cut and punched and designer paper cut. Everything is in here but stamping your greetings. So it's a great way to make some quick cards. So share to win that, comment to win this, and you'll be in the prize drawing for next week's video. Now last night I had a Stamp With Me live, the last Monday of most every month, and we made floating panel cards. So this is the card that I shared on my Facebook page, showing a peek at what we were going to make. So this is called a floating panel card. It sits up like that. So normally I would use a little die cut or punch or something here, because it doesn't catch honestly very well on that rhinestone, especially when you stand it up, it lets loose. So a die cut or something is much better. But here's the one I made during the live. I changed it up from the mango and polished pink to fresh freesia with black, I guess you'd say, a little poppy yellow. So those are the cards that we made. So why I'm telling you this is because on my Stamp and Share group, Flowerbug Stamp and Share, I have a post called Let's Share. If you make one of these cards, I'm going to move up so you can take a picture if you want to, or a screenshot. If you make one of these and share it on my Stamp and Share page, you are in the drawing for a free embellishment. So that is, I draw names, I should anyway, on by March 26th is the last day. So you have a whole month to post your version of a floating panel card. And this panel can be anything. What's cool, it's hard to see on that one. Let's see, maybe this one's better. All it is 2 little pieces of cardstock that you fold in half and glue to the card base and the panel. So you do that on both sides and you get a floating panel. Super simple to make with this, not quite a gatefold card, but you just add an extra score line here at 2 1/8. So same normal card measurements, just 1 extra score line at 2 1/8, and then add those 2 little strips and you have a floating panel card. So yeah, I use the Best Day stamp set in the spring catalog. So be sure, if you want to get in the door prize measurements and see what everybody else is making. How do you do a screenshot? A screenshot is done on a phone or a tablet. You can do it on a desktop too. There's a little button at the top of those top bars on a desktop that says print screen. So if you do Control Print Screen, you can save a screenshot on a desktop. On a phone, I think you have to click the power button and the 2 buttons on the side, and that does a screenshot. So yeah, you have to do that at the same time, and then that will help you save. I'll do this just in case. That will help you save the screenshot for measurements instead of writing this down. However, if you follow me on my blog at Flowerbug's Ink Spot, you will get this later this week. I'll be posting this card, so you can always get them, and it'll be on. Well, it was. The measurements were on my Facebook page as well. So yeah, they're all on there, practically everywhere. Okay, all right. Most things out of the way here. The items that are unavailable remain the same as they were last week, I believe. The Gnomes dies, framed florets, queen bees, seaside bay, dainty flowers, and playing in the rain dies. Most will be back in just a few weeks. Country Bouquet Punch will be back in April. The Easter Bunny Punch in May. Loose Daisy Embellishments. Oh, they should be back any day now. I think they were due to come back yesterday. Okay, all right, so we are playing with the Sweet Citrus bundle. Now that includes stamp set, dies, and embossing folder. And this is a hybrid embossing folder, which means there's a die that matches it. So we're gonna play with that today, and the greetings are so fun. So enjoy the sweeter things in life. Have a zesty birthday. Sending you a big squeeze, and thanks a bunch. So appropriate and fun. All right, so we'll be showing you that technique in just a little bit. I'm gonna start off with, this is a card we made at my card clubs in February, and we made grapefruit cards. So isn't it cute? So this one says sending you a big squeeze on the front, and this one says have a zesty birthday. So in the inside, it opens up a little different, is like that, and there's a little pocket for a gift card or money if you want to add something for a birthday or a gift. And so it's super simple. Well, there's a few steps, but it is still really simple. This one I glued down. So this one is not a gift card. So I made a few extras of these for my online orders. Okay, the colors are Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, and Pale Papaya. I think they are just this freshest card I've made in a long time. They just evoke sherbety colors to me. I'm going to show you, before I get started on this card, a couple other cards that I received as swaps. So this one is lemons, but I love the color, and I'll show you another one. And well, maybe I'll show it to you now, because I made another one using these colors as this card for inspiration. So here's my card that I used as inspiration. The same country gingham and designer paper, and I added some flowers in blue and yellow instead of just yellow, and a different greeting, and just laid it out a little bit differently. Stamped the envelope. So that's one sample. So I'm gonna hang with me. I'm gonna show you how to use this. Get this texture that's so apparent. This one actually shows the texture really well, if you can see it. This one was a swap by Natalie Travis, and this is the Dandy Designs designer paper that's ending today. Yeah, this one is Mango Melody, probably a little bit of pumpkin, or else maybe that is crushed curry, I bet. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. So yeah, Granny Apple Green. So there are a couple cards, and I have to show you this one. They're all my favorite, but this one pops. I mean, truly pops. And this I cased from Pinterest. Oh, I don't remember her name, but I changed it up a little bit. But look at this one with limes. So we've got oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruit. Isn't that just fun? They are just super, super cool. I'm not usually into food cards, but the greetings, the zesty birthday, the sweeter things in life, sending you a big squeeze, and of course the thank you that you can add in the inside. So they're just awesome. So the colors here are Granny Apple Green and Parakeet Party with Starry Sky. Isn't that a wow card? Just pops. That dark with bright greens. Love, love, love it. That's a great color combination. So yeah, thank you. So I'm going to get into, now that I've shared a few samples, I'm going to get into the actual grapefruit card. All right, so I have the measurements there for you. And one thing that was interesting at our clubs is there are two, oh, and I forgot to do this. I will do this now. There are two of the same size white. So one is for the front that is textured, and the same one is in the inside, but they are not square. See, they have to be kind of long ways while you're stamping. Okay, so I will texture that in just a little bit when I use the other texture. So let's do our, just so I make sure, our stamps first. Okay, I think this shows in the picture. Okay, so And I'll get for greetings. Every greeting is done in the Granny Apple, so that keeps it easy for my club people to say when I can say every greeting or all the greetings are in green. That way they don't mess up. Okay, got that one. Then the flowers, we're doing the inside here. Oh, hang on, I'm going to do this one so I can move it out of the way. Sending you a big squeeze. Okay, I can scoot that away and work on this one. And I think I'm done with the Granny Apple. Close that up. All right, so my colors, like I said, are Flirty Flamingo with Pale Papaya. Okay, we'll start with this one and just do a few flowers. And I will do the same layout as I have right over there. Just the triple flower is all in one, and there's a single flower that's all in one. Then, I'm going to leave that out because I will need that. Then there's some dots images. Now there's 2 dot images. These 2 dots match those 2 little flowers, and the single dot matches the big flower. So very clever, and I use Pale Papaya. When you do a little tiny image like that, you just don't want to rush it. You just want to tap it on there so very lightly. Oh, that looks a little dirty. Maybe I didn't clean that. I'm going to try it again. There you go. Just use the lightest hand ever when you have a small image. You just don't want to have any pressure. So these 2 little dots, and this whole set is in photopolymer. So very easy to use, and we'll keep that aside as well. Okay, we have most of our stamping done. Now we're going to bring in the Stamparatus, my favorite tool for getting things straight. Okay, so this one goes at the top, and this one here. So this image, this is all one image connected, and this is one image connected. Okay, so it's very simple to use. So I, as you know, like to make little lines on my paper for my gals to use. So this will be that way. And so to see where my magnets can be, I think this one is down here, and this one's up here. Yeah. So we're not using, on a grapefruit, I'm not using the lemon lime image because there's no grapefruit that I know of that is oval. So I'm just, I'll move this down a little bit. I'm starting with the outside, which is the rind, using Pale Papaya for a grapefruit image. And then you just press, and I'm going to use my little handy dandy call it a presser that my friend Susie Wood gave me. Her husband made some of these for her friends and customers. And then for the flesh of the grapefruit, we're going to use Flirty Flamingo. Jane, you're so funny. Add a bottle of tequila, huh? For a zesty birthday. Oh, let's see. I'm so used to not using this. I don't always have it handy. Okay, there are the fruit. So we're done with this. Now, when you use a double layout like this on your Stamparatus, don't ever keep this attached. Tip it on, take it off and lay it on top so you don't break your hinges. But I love the double layout. And I always have that stamp set for purchase or for support. Okay, so now we're going to get into our folder and our die. Big one right here. Now you don't want to use detailed dies on the large hybrid embossing folders, but you can use these outline dies. So with the label up, very important, you insert this so it kind of settles in and nests in the right place. So I'm kind of just pressing it. Then you add this layer. And while I'm holding that die in place, I just get this positioned and I can see right through it. I'm pressing against the lid or the top part, front of the embossing folder, I guess you'd say. Label up is important. And I'm just scooting this around, looking at all my rinds, making sure they are in place. Okay, and I'm holding that in place while I fold it. My folder is very bent because we ran this through over 100 times during my card clubs. So another thing I want to tell you is that in our annual catalog, we have a plate 4. This plate makes it so easy for both the hybrid and just our 3D embossing folders. You don't have to worry about layers and what works and what doesn't. When it's a thick folder, you want plate 4. It's just very, very important, very easy. So I'm kind of pinching that so it stays in place, adding my top plate, which is plate number 4 for 3D embossing folders. And that die was right in there, right? It was right in there with the embossing folder. So, and I did not ruin a thing. Look at that. You get the texture. So, I don't know if you can see the texture. It's probably really hard to see on the camera, but there is so much texture to this. So yeah, this die matches, oh, upside down. No, it's this way, perfectly. So yeah. Now the other thing I need to do while I have my machine here is I have to texture this piece. And I should have done it ahead of time, but I didn't. So, and you know, I'm just gonna do this next to me here. You don't need to see me run that through one more time. Get that machine right in the picture. So, all right. So now I think we can start putting things together, and that's just garbage. So how to fold this? And that piece just goes up like that. So it turns into a normal A2 size card. And we're going to add, this is some of the Dandy Designs paper I love so much. And you know, this is going to be, if you were going to use it as a gift card, that's what you would do. So you have this slot, but I am not. So I'm going to add adhesive everywhere. Okay, then add adhesive to the bottom so I can add my designer paper. And then this layer goes right on top, perfect matchup. What do you think of the colors? Got a cat hair that won't let loose. Okay. And then this layer gets glued to that. I'll just put it on here. So you can use the embossing folder, this hybrid embossing folder, both with or without the plates, or the die cut. And this strip just brought in a little bit of that pale papaya that I added to the outside of the grapefruit. So yeah, aren't the colors fun? Love, love, love them. All right, so our front piece, we're going to add our layer. Like I said, hopefully you can see the measurements if you need to save them. So this will go right on that, but you need to be aware that this hangs over. So don't add adhesive to the whole thing. And when something is textured, I always use my Tombow liquid glue because it holds texture so well. So it depends on how much you want to bring it hanging down below. You can do either way. Now the leaves, because it was clubbed, there are stamps that work with the leaves as well, but I wanted to have less stamping and die cutting for my gals, so we just use solid granny apple green, but I'm giving them a little bit of life by adding texture. Okay, so we'll start by adding the large circle, the full grapefruit. Oops, guess I didn't hang that over too much, but before I let that dry, I'll add a leaf. Okay, then I'm going to add adhesive. I'll do it the other way this time. And add it to the bottom of this one. And then I can add adhesive all over and put that right there. And then for this one, I decided to pop that little half guy up with dimensionals. I always like to add dimensionals to something on my card because it just gives a little bit of dimension, obviously. Same with the curling of the leaves. Okay, so the last step is to add these little sequins. Now, I couldn't find any other Granny Apple Green sequins or embellishments, so I decided to use these loose ones. They're a pack of 3, and I think there's blue, green, and pink. And yeah, they're not as friendly as adhesive backed, but they sure work just fine. So if you use small dots of glue, and then we will use, where is it? There it is. My take your pick tool. So find one that is facing up and just kind of grab it. Not that one, that one. So, and the thing with the take your pick tool, it has that putty on it. You still have to use your fingers to let it go, but it's still easier to grab them than tweezers and or a poker or something like that. Okay, isn't that neat? What do you think? Oh, the last thing I did was to add some sparkle, or should I say shimmer, with my Wink of Stella, because this is fresh fruit, and fresh fruit is very glossy. So I did add some Wink of Stella to the fruit. Now you can't see it on camera, most likely, but you can see it in person. So there are the cards. So hopefully you like them. I think it's super fun, and the gift card option it's a neat fold for a gift card option, or just without. So hopefully you like that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I love it. It's so fresh and fun and unique. I mean, how many times do you get cards with fruit on them? Not very often. Yeah. All right. So the next one, I haven't showed you this version yet. Let me close some of my ink pads here and move on to the next card. Okay, I'm calling this the lemon and orange card. So here is the second one. So this is Mango Melody, Little Pumpkin, and Daffodil Delight with some garden green. A little bit different layout than the other cards, and I textured the lip of my envelope. Isn't that special? Have you ever done that? It's very simple. Let me get my folder out so I can kind of show you. Just have to see what I did with it. So when you're doing that, you're going to run your folder in this way. There's no other option. So you would open your envelope up, lay that in there, match up the edge of the embossing folder with your envelope. And I would probably do it this way if I was going to run it in. Now I know for most people, we always are told to put the fold of your embossing folder in first, but you can do it this way, but not with a lot of thickness. I wouldn't do it with a lot of thickness, but you just run it through like this. And the reason I wouldn't is because if you do that a lot, and if you have a lot of thickness in here, the folder can get offset from each other and kind of ruin your fold, your crease hinge. So anyway, that's what I would recommend for doing your emboss or your envelope. All right, let me get my pieces out here. And I did pre-stamp quite a bit of it just to save time, since I already showed you how to do the hybrid embossing folder and cut at the same time. So I think this is from, oh gosh, I was going to remember that. This little greeting is from the, Poppy Dies? No, that's not right. It's the one with the circle with the kind of the rings around it. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called. Shoot. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to use that same, because I always need thank you cards. So I'm going to use the same thank you. And what I did with that die, I guess I should explain that a little bit, is I just wanted a half. Oh, I got a little thing on there. Well, I'm going to turn it over. It's okay to use the other side. Did I have a hair? Yes, I did. Hair is ink too and cause a mess. Okay, there we go. All right. So sometimes you just want a different shape for your greeting, and I don't want to see the other end. So I purposely used a short piece of white and just cut out the bottom part of it. So it's kind of fun to do that. And also this gives you an idea. You don't always have to have all of the layers full. And what I'm saying is the green doesn't go all the way around, but it gives an accent and draws your colors together. So, you know, consider that sometimes, just adding a strip. Sometimes I look in my scraps and I'm like, I think I can just get by with that 2-inch strip of cardstock instead of a whole layer. You don't have to layer everything all the time across each other. It kind of changes up the layout a little bit. Oh, that is too, well, you know what? I'm going to just go end to end. That's okay. Instead of changing it, I will just go end to end. Oh, whoops, pressed too hard. Oh, and I did that anyway. And I didn't have a white border. Okay, move it over. Look at the card, Leanne, so you can copy. Here I thought I was just going to do another layer, but no. Okay, so I'm using this 3 twine combo pack that is in this spring catalog, and Garden Green was in there, so it worked out perfect for my leaves. So this is how I like to do this, is to bring in a tape runner. You can use mini glue dots as well. They probably will hold a little bit better, but tape runners can be very easy as well. So I match up the front. I already have, oh, that barely sticks. Move that over a little bit. Okay, and there we go. So I just press it onto that tape runner that I had, and now this can go onto the whole card base. Because it's textured and the twine, I use maybe a little bit more, and I always use liquid glue because it holds texture so nicely. Okay. All right, so then the bow, my usual bunny ears. So we make a loop and another loop, and we make a face. Can you kind of see that? So one of the ears goes in the face, and you pull, and it always looks awful until you finagle it. So I grab the center knot and pull, and then grab the center knot and pull. And before I tighten, especially with twine, I want to make sure my bows are laying nicely. So before that's how I do that. All right. Okay, so like I said, I did do my fruit already. A lot of it. I'm not sure what I'm all going to use here. I might change up a couple of the pieces since I have more lemons than I do oranges. So we will start by, first of all, again, I like to give a little life to my leaves. Just use a bone folder and give them a curl. I don't need 4 of them. We'll save that one. Okay. So under here, I'm going to add a little adhesive and press my leaf on there. And I like to hide what I call the start or the center of the leaf. I don't like to see that. Okay, there's that one. And then I think I'll just add, nope, we want to add a little bit more. Excuse me. Okay, I think I will add this one over here. Give it a little bit of a turn. Now I'm going to adhere the whole thing to the card, kind of looking at this, leaving room for this one. Kind of fits underneath it. Oh, I wanted to do the orange. Yeah. A bit of glue. So before anything dries, I can still snip the, or slip that under before it dries. So it'll be a little bit different. And then, like I said, before it dries, we'll add another set of leaves. But I'm going to leave this one, oops, don't want to move my twine too much, because the other lemon is going to go up here. And that is going to be added with, I think just one dimensional will work. I don't want to cover too much of that orange rind. Okay, then we will add, oh, I can't add that color, can I? Because oranges are not oval. So we're going to add more lemons, and I have one less of those. So this one's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to do that, but first we will add my greeting. Oops, a little bit lower, because I need to sneak that in. Oh, I forgot to sponge it. So I have a little, oh, there's not much on here. So I need to add a little more. This is daffodil. It brings out the shape when you sponge that, and since it's white against white. Now remember, when you're sponging, how you hold your sponge dauber depends on how much ink you're going to get on your item. If you hold it at a slant, you're going to get a deeper sponging, more sponge. If you hold it perpendicular to it, you'll get a little less sponging, a little more precise sponging. So hopefully that makes sense. And I want to match up the line with that. And then another dimensional. This one's going to be a little bit different. There. And now where to add the twine? I kind of just want to sneak it in. Not as much room up there on this card. So I will get my mini glue dots and press that notch right on the mini glue dot. And I just kind of want to have an effect, but not be, oh, that's a little bit too high. Oh well. It's fine. There we go. Just kind of want to have a little something there. So there we go. Now the last thing would be, again, to add Wink of Stella. I can't seem to make this fruit without giving it a little bit of shine. So what did you guys think? I didn't watch the comments on the hybrid embossing folder on texturing at the same time as cutting. Were you kind of amazed I didn't ruin my embossing folder? Yeah, it's a little scary when you do that for the first time, for sure. Oh, I didn't stamp the inside, but I'll show it to you. I don't think I need to. Oops, let's see this one. Oh, I didn't stamp that one either, but you get the gist. They're almost all stamped similarly to this one with some flowers. So here are cards that I made and or shared today with you with the Sweet Citrus bundle. So what do you think? Do you like it? Are you going to get it? It's just a super fun, fresh, unique set of stamps and dies. So I need to move this around a little bit so it all fits. So as you probably know, I put a magnet in my right on the sticky stuff that they give you for when you get your products or your dies, and I just put a magnet on there and slide it back in. So thank you. I'm glad you like the cards. It is a super fun set that yeah, is you get 3 different items with the bundle. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, don't forget the way you can texture your embossing folder. All right. Appreciate you watching and have a great day. And I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, actually, you know what? I will not be here next Tuesday. My husband's having surgery and we will be going, it's out of town. So next week's live, I'll probably post a video or something instead. In fact, I know I'm going to post a video instead of a live. So thank you for joining me. I will see you in 2 weeks, which would be, I believe, the 14th, wow, of March. That's a long time. Do not forget that today is the last day of celebration. So get that last order in if you need something else free. It's so fun to get free. And anyway, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. Okay, thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.